are doing is not going to affect their benefits.
No, in fact, what we're doing will help their benefits. Legitimate people, as a result of the work of Doge, will receive more Social Security, not less. I want to emphasize that. As a result of the work of Doge, legitimate recipients of Social Security will receive more money, not less money.
All right.
I want to emphasize that point and let the record show that I said this, and it will be proven out to be true.
Let me tell you something. You just got a lot of people's attention by saying that, Elon Musk. You should have just led with that. I mean, you're telling people by doing this, we're going to give people more money with their Social Security payments. What? You got people's attention now. I guarantee you now, there's a lot of people that's like, wait a minute. Let them cook, baby. Gertrude, let them cook now. Now, I know we was bombing Tesla dealerships earlier this week, but let the man cook. Let's hear what he got to say. We can get more money. What? Elon Musk and the Doge team.
There's a lot of mystery about Social Security and a lot of words about it here's what Democrats have been saying about it.
It's absurd that Elon Musk is trying to eliminate billions of dollars from Social Security.
Elon Musk and President Trump have set their sights on cutting Social Security.
Their goal is clear: destroy Social Security from within.
You're in the building. I mean, you're in the computers. What's happening there? What are you doing?
Yeah, it doesn't line up with my experience on the ground. And I'll say the two improvements that we're trying to make to Social Security are helping people that legitimately get benefits, protect them from fraud that they experience every day on a routine basis, and also make the experience better. And I'll give you one example is at Social Security, one of the first things we learned is that they get phone calls every day of people trying to change direct deposit information. So when you want to change your bank account, you can call Social Security. We learned 40% of the phone calls that they get are from fraudsters.
40%?
That's right. Almost half.
Yes, and they steal people's Social Security is what happens. Is they call in, they say, they claim to be a retiree, then they convince the Social Security person on the phone to change where the money's flowing. It actually goes to some fraudster. This is happening all day, every day, and then somebody doesn't receive their Social Security. It's because of all the fraud loopholes in the Social Security system.
How do you?
That is insane, man. 40% are fraud call-ins. People that are criminals, obviously taking Social Security money. This right here is just a way bigger problem than any of us guessed. I mean, a lot of us had some type of inclination that, oh, there's problem in government spending with our money, so on and so forth, just with the information that we've seen over the years. Now that there's a actual organization that's actually doing something about this and digging into it, and what they're finding is alarming. It's very scary, actually.
Reassure people that what you all are doing is not going to affect their benefits.
No, in fact, what we're doing will help their benefits. Legitimate people, as a result of the work of Doge, will receive more Social Security, not less. I want to emphasize that. As a result of the work of Doge, legitimate recipients of Social Security will receive more money, not less money.
All right.
I want to emphasize that point and let the record show that I said this, and it will be proven out to be true.
Let me tell you something. You just got a lot of people's attention by saying that, Elon Musk. You should have just led with that. I mean, you're telling people by doing this, we're going to give people more money with their Social Security payments. What? You got people's attention now. I guarantee you now, there's a lot of people that's like, wait a minute. Let them cook, baby. Gertrude, let them cook now. Now, I know we was bombing Tesla dealerships earlier this week, but let the man cook. Let's hear what he got to say. We can get more money. What? Yeah, more money. By finding wasteful spending and fraud, they can actually give American citizens more money that's on Social Security. We have to let this man cook. Let him cook, man. I mean, that's great news.
So let's check back on this in the future.
So Washington Post, the Social Security Administration website crashed 4 times in 10 days this month because the servers were overloaded, blocking millions of retirees and disabled veterans from logging into their online accounts. Freaked people out. Is that going to change?
Yes, we're going to make sure that the website stays online.
Yeah. I mean, but is it a result of going in there
No.
or something you're doing?
No. The amount of issues that were the Social Security system are enormous. As an example, there are over 15 million people that are over the age of 120 that are marked as alive in the Social Security system.
And that's an accurate figure.
Yes.
Correct.
15 million.
Correct. This has been something that's been identified as a problem. Again, pre-existing problems since 2008 at least, from an IG report. So there were some great people working at the Social Security Administration that found this, 2008, and nothing was done. And so 15 to 20 million Social Security numbers that were clearly fraudulent were floating around that can be used only for bad intentions. There'd be no way to use those for good intentions. And so one of the things the Doge team is doing is carefully and very methodically looking at those and making sure that any fraudulent ones are eliminated.
Brad Smith.
20 million accounts of people that were at the age of 120 years or older. And this was found in 2008 and nothing was done about it. So they allowed this to continue after it being found for what, 17 years? Wow. Imagine how, I mean, I would love for someone to actually do the calculations and find out how much money has been wasted, how much money has been potentially stolen, some type of criminal aspect to it since this finding. I would just like to know that. 17 years, how much money are we talking about from 2008 to now? This is wild, man.
When I say that our job is tech support, I really mean it.
Yeah.
We have to fix the computers. If the computers can't talk to each other, you can't get research done. If the computers can't stay online, people won't receive their Social Security. So what we have here are a bunch of failing computer systems that are preventing people from receiving their benefits, that are preventing people from preventing research from happening, that are extremely vulnerable to fraud, and we're fixing it.
Kind of changing the system overall. That's, I guess, what people are afraid of, is they don't know what this is all looking like, and is it going to affect me in the long term?
It's going to affect them. It's going to affect people very positively. So the changes that we're doing here will ensure the solvency of the American government, of the American, of the United States of America. This is what we're trying to do: is ensure that people do receive their benefits in the future, and you can only receive your benefits if the country is operating in a healthy and competent way.
As an ex-CFO of a big public tech company, really what we're doing is we're applying public company standards to the federal government. And it is alarming how the financial operations and financial management is set up today. There is actually really only one bank account that's used to disperse all monies that go out of the federal government.
Talking about one bank account.
It's a big one.
It's a big one.
It's a big one.
It's a big one. A couple weeks ago, it had $800 billion in it, but it's the Treasury General account. So when you hear, some of my colleagues here, what they're talking about in terms of the fraud, you have to ask, well, why is this allowed to happen at a financial level? Well, it's actually quite simple but alarming. The Treasury, up until now, and thanks to President Trump, we're fixing this. In fact, there was an executive order that he just signed the other day, which is protecting America's bank account, because it really is the taxpayers' money. One, we're changing the culture. The culture is been not a lot of caring and not a lot of commitment to doing what's right relative to financial operations. There's a $500 billion of fraud every year. There's hundreds of billions of dollars of improper payments, and we can't pass an audit. The consolidated financial report is produced by Treasury, and we cannot pass it on. We have material weaknesses. What that means is that if I was a public company CFO, I would effectively be removed. I couldn't file financial statements. I couldn't issue securities, which of course we depend on. can't pass an audit.
Right. The federal government cannot pass an audit. It's
Yeah.
impossible. In fact, in order to pass an audit, you need the information necessary to pass an audit. You need to have the payment codes, you need to have the payment explanation, and you need to have a person you can contact to understand why that payment was made. None of those things were mandatory until just recently, just a few weeks ago. In fact, maybe last week?
Yeah, we're serving 580 plus agencies. And up until very recently, effectively they could say make the payment and Treasury just sent it out as fast as possible. No verification. And so what we're doing is what any household would do. But imagine you're a household, you have a bank account, everyone has an ATM card connected to that account, everyone has a checkbook connected to that account. It's not just your children, it's not just your parents, it's your in-laws, it's your extended family, and they all can go to the account and disperse funds. No questions asked, no justification.
Not my family.
No verification.
Is the battle
No, sir.
between government of decades of buildup
Not in your
and
family.
business, which you guys
You wouldn't
are,
have it.
is that like a train hitting each other? I mean, it seems like it's pretty disruptive.
Well, this is a revolution, and I think it might be the biggest revolution in government since the original revolution. But at the end of the day, America is going to be in much better shape. America will be solvent. The critical programs that people depend upon will work, and it's going to be a fantastic future. But are we going to get a lot of complaints along the way? Absolutely. You know, one of the things I learned at PayPal was you know who complains the loudest and with the most amount of fake righteous indignation? The fraudsters. It's a tell.
You
Some of these
understand
NGOs that are
concern.
crazy, like
That's crazy. The fraudsters, and you know, obviously we're dealing with an antiquated system. There needs to be a complete overhaul, and I don't know how anybody who has common sense thinking and pays taxes has a problem with this. I've not spoken to one person. Now I've seen politicians on the Democratic side speak against it, but I have not talked to one person that I know personally, or you know, someone I just met in a group. We're talking, and we'll have this conversation in regards to Doge. I haven't heard one person say that they are against transparency.
I think that most people, common sense wise, would say the fraud's got to end.
Yeah.
They're concerned about the 94-year-old mother who skips a check or somehow doesn't get what she's supposed to get.
right. And what we're trying to say is actually that the 94-year-old grandmother is actually, as a result of Doge's work, going to get her check. She's not going to be robbed by fraudsters like she's getting robbed today. And the solvency of the federal government will ensure that she continues to receive those Social Security checks, that Medicare continues to work, without which we're all doomed. The reason we're doing this is because if we don't do it, America's going to go insolvent. We're going to go bankrupt. And nobody's going to get anything.
Why are you guys all doing it? I mean, you can pipe up, but you don't have to be here, right? I mean, you don't have to be doing this.
I have blessed with four beautiful.
Think about it, man. These are very accomplished people. They're not beholden to anyone. They don't have to do this. The people that I think that are beholden to, I don't know, some type of evil organization. It seems like, man, some type of super criminal organization. It seems like it's all the people that is protesting and talking against Doge. They're trying to stall it. You have all these people. They must be beholden to someone. And I wonder who that someone or what organization this is, because it doesn't make any sense. Judges want to stop this. Politicians want to speak out against this. And the only thing that I can think of is you benefit from the crime, because we see that there's a crime scene. We're getting all the details, but they're trying to stop them from getting the details. Like, man, we just want to get in the way, and we'll cause disruption any way we know how. And it's to me, it shows us clearly that there is some type of malfeasance that's going on, and you guys are looking more and more guilty every single day.
Children, my wife and I, but we have a real fiscal crisis, and this is not sustainable. And what's worse, back to my children and everyone else's children, is we are burdening them with that debt.
We're talking about elementary financial controls that are necessary for any company to function. So, like, if the federal government, if a commercial company operated the way the federal government does, then it would be immediately go bankrupt. It would be delisted. The officers would be arrested. The changes we're putting in place will enable the federal government to pass an audit. It will enable taxpayers to know where the money is going and know that their hard-earned tax dollars are being spent well.
Heard it there, man. Virtue signaling. It's unconscionable what we as American citizens is going through, what they are uncovering, and the great lengths that they will go to stop them from uncovering what looks to be crime. A lot of us have always had this thought that, oh, there is some type of malfeasance in the government. Now we're seeing it in real time.